Good evening. Only a week left in the regular season in the Heart of America Conference as far as volleyball is concerned. And tonight is a huge match as the Missouri Valley College Vikings host the Eagles of Central Methodist University. Good evening. I'm Ken Quiava. Glad you can be with us at the Burns Center, Grover C. Redford Gymnasium for tonight's action. When these two teams met in Fayette earlier in the year, it was a 3-2 win by the Vikings. As you can see, the Vikings lead the South Division with a conference record of 13-2, 27-5 overall, ranked number 22. Mid-American Nazarene, 12-4. They'll be here Friday night. Central Methodist, 11-4. One of those losses to Valley. Benedictines, 10-6. Evangel, 6-10. Baker, 5-11. And Avila, they'll play here on Saturday. They are 3-12. In the north, it's Grandview, 16-0. One of those wins over the Vikings. Clark, 11-5. Peru State, 9-7. Mount Mercy, 6-9. Graceland, 4-12. William Penn, 2-13. And Culver Stockton, 1-14 in league play. Well, you might expect this one to go 5 tonight. When these two teams get together, it is always exciting. And, yeah, the last 3 or 4 matches have gone to the 5th set. And I would not be surprised if that happens again tonight. Brett Hope has done a masterful job with this team, and they are in a position, well, they're not used to being in, and that is number 1 in their division with, again, 4 matches in the next 2 weeks. And that will be it, the opening round of the conference tournament. If the Vikings can win a couple of matches, they would have that opening round here on November the 4th, which is a Saturday. We found out if that does happen, the Viking football team would play Baker that afternoon, and then we would also have the volleyball. But still, that's a long ways to go. There's still 4 matches. This one tonight, Friday night with Avila, Friday night with Mid-American Nazarene, Saturday with Avila, and then on Tuesday with Evangel. So we're ready to go on this Tuesday evening. Glad you can be with us and hope you enjoy our match tonight. This broadcast is copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited, and transportation considerations provided by Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. And when we go on the road covering Missouri Valley College athletic events, it's in a Ford from Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. We're ready to go. And here's the first serve of this important match. Vikings serve to start it. And there's a block, and the point goes to CMU, and that's Madison Bond out of Jefferson City, a senior middle blocker. So 1-0 here in the first. And back to serve will be Stevie Sherrard. Sherrard at Leavenworth, Kansas. CMU, of course, in their white jerseys, black trunks. Good dig. And this one dinked over, right back. Vikings keep this one alive. They go for the kill. Good dig by CMU, and this one is in. And it is quickly 2-0. And CMU playing very well. I believe that was John Yusevich. Oh, here's another serve. And it's now 3-0. So a quick start for CMU. Sherrard will serve again. 4-0. Wow, what a start. What a start for the Eagles. Again, the Vikings won in Fayette earlier in the season, but here it's quickly 4-0. And that's a pretty big, that's a pretty tall task to come back from that against a very good team. Here is a 5-0 start as that one hit the antenna, I believe, or into the net. The CMU on the road after a quick 5-0 start here in game 1. Gerard continues to serve. Vikings have to free ball this one over. CMU really playing well right now. early on. Vikes need to stop this run. And they still can. It's CMU right to the net. They send it over. The volley continues. It is, thought for a moment that was going to be out. It is now 6-0. 6-0 here in the first. Wow. Brad Holt sits on the bench. Here's the serve. Finally, the Vikings get a point. And it's 6-1. They finally set that one up nicely for Constanzo. So it's 6-1. A big start for the Eagles. Back to serve is Nicole Boots. Where's number 9? And her serve is over. See if the Vikes can go on a run here. Good dig. Good block by CMU. Vikings will have to send it over. Kristanovic does that. Another good dig. And it's 6-2 as the Vikings trying to come back now. Good dig. And that was Criswell. Or excuse me, Sazama. I believe who got it. And now it is 6-3. Boy, will you talk about a game of runs here. It's 6-3. Let's see if Boots can continue to serve here and keep the Vikings right back in this match. Just clears the tape. Here's the attempted block. Good job by Kristanovic to keep it alive. Vikings get it over. It's 6-4. 6-0, now 6-4. You talk about a game of runs, that's what we have right here. Let's see if Boots can continue this. Good serve. And the Eagles stopped that 4-point run, and that was Janjusevic out of Serbia. But 7-4 with 7 serving, and back to serve is Taylor Rumsey out of Higginsville. 7-4. It was 6-0, then 6-4, now 7-4. Here's a good serve. Let's see if the Vikes can return the favor. They can. And that is Criswell getting the kill. And it's 7-5. Coming in for Valley is Sarah Mueller. And Mueller will serve. Mueller serves from the right side. And she sends it over. And it's now 7-6. Good hard serve. That may have gone out had not it been touched by Ramsey. So the Vikes now a point away from tying this first game after being down 6-0. Jump serve into the net. 8-6. First service error of the day. And back to serve will be Alma Flores out of Mexico. Jumps high, gets it there. Criswell has to save that one. Vikes send it across. Good dig by the Eagles. And this one goes across. Viking point, 8-7. They tried to go cross court, and I believe that was Limback. And she missed it. Went wide, 8-7. So the Vikes now try to tie it. Here's Santor. Good to see Dakota back in action. Good serve, right at the net. Vikings keep it alive. And there's the block and the point, 9-7. They like to go to that left side, and they'll send it over there to Darcy Latham. 9-7. 9 serving, and that is Shannon Peters out of Waverly. Good hard serve. And the Vikings, thought they had a kill, couldn't get it. On the other hand, good dig by the Vikes. They keep it alive. And there's one right down the left side. Kristanisic makes it 9-8 here in the first. Folks, this is what I expect going to happen most of the night. Matches this close. Madison Sherman will serve for the first time tonight. Pounds that one over. The Eagles will send it over. Sherman with the dig for the tie. No, good dig. Tell you what, they did a great job. Vikings will have to free ball this one over. Sherman does. Back to the front. There's a tap. Over. Sherman will have it. Kristanisic gets it across. Good dig. Good volley going on here. And CMU. Oh, good dig by the Vikings. They dump it over. Kristanisic goes to a knee to save that one. This is a big point. 9-8. CMU with the lead. Vikings keep it alive. Good volley going on here. Here's Kristanisic. Good dig by CMU. They'll have to free ball this one over, and they will. Let's see what the Vikes can do with it. Got too close to the net, but the Vikes save it again. Kristanisic pounds this one. Viking point. And we're tied at 9. That was a heck of a volley. And Kristanisic gets the point, gets the kill. 9-9. Now Sherman serving, trying to give the Vikings their first lead. We'll talk to Brett Holt between games here. Vikes looking for their first lead of the match. Not this. Oh, it went off the head to one of the gals, and Sherman able to get to it. Vikes go for the block. Good job. Keeping it alive. Boy, this is a good match going on here. Here's the set. Vikings lead for the first time in game one, 10-9. And Brett Holt is on his feet. Sherman will serve again. It was 6-0 CMU to start it. Here's Sherman serve. It's over. Good set, and this one goes off the basket, the north end of the basket, but it's 10 all here in the first. Back to serve is Latham. Glad you could be with us watching. Pretty good volleyball tonight. These two teams will both be pretty competitive when it comes to the postseason tournament. Here's the serve. That is a service error by Darcy Latham. 11-10 Vikings. Checking back in is Sazama. Justin out of St. Louis. Back to serve is Eldridge. Lauren fires that one over. And the Vikes are going to get the point. That one just cleared the tape. And she gets the point, and it's 12-10. Again, serving will be Eldridge. Vikes up by 2 here. Another good serve. Left hand. Good job by the Vikings again to get to that one. They get another one, another kill. That's again Kristanisic. 13-10 Vikings. Well, now the run for Valley. Get the ball to Kristanisic. Usually good things are going to happen. Here's the serve. It's over. Vikings doing a good job defensively. Good job by the Vikes. It's now 14-10 and a timeout CMU. Missouri Valley was down 6-0 here in game one. It's now 14-10 Valley, and they continue to serve in game one in a very important match late in the regular season. 14-10, Valley with the lead here in the first set. Brett Holt, last-minute instructions to his club. They didn't panic when they got down 6-0, and Brett didn't call an early timeout. I thought maybe he would. That timeout was taken by the Eagles. Allison Jones-Olson took that timeout. All right, we're back to action, and Eldridge will continue to serve with Valley up by 4. You play to 25 in the first 4, of course, and 15 in the fifth if it goes that far. Kristanisic goes down to get that one, gets it right back, and gets another point. 15-10. Definitely going to Kristanisic right now. Coming into this contest, Kristanisic had 347 kills, and she's not hurting that average here. Block. Good job by the Vikings again to get to that one. Kristanisic again into the net. And this one is over. Good job by the Eagles. Dumped back over by the Vikings. And this is going to be a point for CMU. And I'll tell you, whoever saved that one, well, that was a big play, 15-11. Vikings on top. And back to serve for the Eagles will be Limback, Kylie Limback out of Waverly. Right-handed. Fires this one over. That's way long. It's 16-11. And a good job by Sherman to recognize that and leave it alone. Kristanisic with the serve. Hard serve, and this will have to be free balled over. Oh, they're going to blast that one over. Vikes get another point. And that one goes to Costanzo. And it's 17-11 Valley here in the first. Again, we'll talk to Brett Holt between games. Here's Kristanisic. Oh, she tried to float that one over, and it's a service error. The second service error for the Vikings. 17-12. Here's Stevie Sherrard. She was the one that started this match. 6 straight points. Let's see if the Vikes can stop that here. They can, just like that. And there is Dakota Santor. Good to have her back. It's 18-12 Vikings in the first. Both coaches, well, Brett Holt is up. Assistant coach Coleman Lee is up for CMU. Back to serve again is Nicole Boots as we've made the rotation. And nice serve there, 18-12. Boy, that was a good job by CMU. A nice set, 18-13. Vikings got to it, but it came right back to Madison Bond. Young lady from Jeff City took care of that. It's 18-13. And back to serve will be Taylor Rumsey out of Higginsville. Taylor's serve is long, and a service error makes it 19-13. And once again, good job by Madison Sherman to recognize that and let it go. So back to serve is Sarah Mueller. 19-13 Valley here in the first. Boy, it'd be nice to get this one after trailing 6-zip. This one is good. Ooh, that's a tough one. Boy, that was a nice set to Darcy Latham. 19-14. Back to serve now is Flores, defensive specialist. It's over. Vikes will set it. It comes back over. Criswell will get it. Criswell had to kind of go up, lean back, but was able to get enough on it. Put it to the left side, and it's 20-14. Who's serving here? Santor with a serve now. Throws it high in the air. Blast this one. Flores with the dig. Oh, good job by the Vikes to keep it alive. Latham again, that's where they want to go. They're left outside, 2015. Coming in now for CMU is Petra Schaefer. And back to serve is Shannon Peters. 20-15 Valley. We're in the first. Everything is cracked up to be. Here again is Kristanisic, 21-15. So it's Kristanisic for the Vikings, Latham for the Eagles. 21-15. Let's see if Sherman can get a couple of points on this serve here. Hard serve. She will get the dig. Vikings try to send it across. They're going to have to free ball this one over. Will the Eagles? Sherman gets to it. And again, another Flores with a nice dig. Vikings are going to have to hustle after this one and free ball it over. Kristanisic will do that. 21-15. 21-16. Back and forth we go. John Yusevich comes back in for the Eagles. Serving is Latham. Good player. Fires this one over. Vikings will have to get this one to Flores. Good job by Valley, keeping this alive. Volley continues. And it's going to be a Viking point. I believe it was a double hit. It was. 22-16. Well, I guess you can continue to exchange points here and you're all right. Eldridge. Ooh, just over the tape. Blocked by CMU, and that's going to go to Limback. 22-17. Well, continue to exchange points and you'll be all right here. Limback will serve. Kristanisic pushes this one over. Eagles get it back and score 22-17. 22-18 now. I like to see Kristanisic use the power game and not that finesse game. Gonna stop this little run right here. 22-18. (22-19). Here come the Eagles. Limback will serve again. Good serve. Sherman gets to it, but now the Vikes have to free ball this one over, and Sherman will do that. But that sets up the Eagles. It's what they want. Sherman, good job to get to it, but it's out, and it's 22-20 now. Come on, Vikes. Timeout taken by Brett Holt. 22-20, the Eagles come roaring back here in the first. Well, the Vikings had a nice little lead, and here come the Eagles. Back to serve will be Limback. Brett Holt taking that timeout. Vikings need a point, and they got it. Boy, out of the timeout. Big point. Costanzo makes it 23-20. Now back to serve is Kristanisic. 23-20 Valley. Big points right here. Big points. Sherman got to it, but no help. 23-21. Back to serve will be Sherrard as we're on the rotation again. Sends it over. Vikings get it. We're down to set point, 24-21. Good set there. Real nice play. Now Boots serving for game one. 24-21. It's over. It's out, and the Vikings come all the way back from 6-0 to win the first game, 25-21. That was big. It was 6-0 at one time. I had a chance before the match began to visit with Coach Brad Holt. Had a chance to visit with the coach a little bit earlier, and let's let you in on that visit. Brett Holt joins us before this match with CMU, and Coach, you got them at their place in 5, so it should be another good match tonight.
You know, the last, I think, 3 or 4 meetings have went to 5, and so I expect nothing different. So we just got to be ready to play, and we got to withstand. There's going to be runs. It's always an emotional match on both sides, high energy. You know, we're so close in proximity that, you know, the kids know each other and they talk on social media and they do all this stuff. So we just got to control our emotions and just play how we have been playing, and we've been playing pretty well lately.
Now, you were out there warming up with your gals, and you're getting pretty intense out there.
You know, Colin's been away for a couple of games, and so he usually does that spot, and I got in a couple of matches ago, and they like the energy, so they're like, Coach, you need to keep doing that. So it's fun. It gets them involved a little bit, kind of relieves a little pressure, and they smile, and they get into it a little bit. So.
Well, your team's playing well. Of course, CMU's on a pretty good roll right now, too, aren't they?
They are. You know, Allison's done a great job, and they seniors in important roles just like we do. You know, and it's going to be, we call it a Royal Rumble, knockout, drag out, who's left standing, and that's how it was the first meeting there. We got Dakota back, so hopefully Dakota brings something that they didn't see the first matchup, and hopefully that just isn't our advantage, and you just never know.
4 matches to go, Coach. The playoffs next week. I know you have to take them, as you say, one at a time, but boy, it's that time of year, isn't it?
It is, and it's exciting for us. We've not been in this position. We're looking, you know, our goal was to be the #1 seed coming out of the South. That's in our sights. But like I told him in the locker room, we can't look forward to next week. We can't look forward to the end of the week. You know, tonight is so since we're playing this week as a 1-game playoff, and we got to approach it that way, and we got to put all of our focus on the match that's at hand, and we got to play hard, and we got to play consistent. And we're at home for the majority of all this week, so that's to our advantage, and we got to use that as an advantage. And so that's all on them. They got to become ready to play, and we'll see what happens.
All right, Coach, we'll talk to you after the match. Good luck.
All right, thank you.
All right, so there's Brett Holt, and of course he was excited before the match, and he should be excited now as his club came back from 6-0 in that first set to win it by the score of 25-21. So up 1-0 now as we start the second, but you can see what happened. You can see what happens when these two teams get together. Really, I guess no lead is safe, and that was a heck of a first. First set. We'll give you some of the numbers. Leading in kills for Central Methodist, John Yusevich had 5, and Darcy Latham had 5. They both had 13 totals as well. 12 assists for Shannon Peters, 6 digs for her to lead the way, 5 for Flores, 8 for Madison Sherman as far as digs, 6 for Santor, 6 kills for Constanzo, 5 for Kustanisic, and 3 for Criswell, 9 assists for Sazama. We're underway, and good job by Sherman to save that one and keep it volley alive at least for a little while. Good block by the Vikes, but it goes out. It'll be CMU points. Other matches tonight, Benedictine is at Baker, Clark at Peru State, Raceland at William Penn, Mount Mercy at Culver, and Avila at Mid-America tonight. Those two teams will be here this weekend. I don't think you want to get down 6-0 again, but you might. It's 2-0 now. Serving is Limback. That one grazed the tape. Santor gets it over. Here we go again. It's 3-0. 3-0 CMU. That's how they started the first. $4-0. This is a repeat of what we just saw, I think. The Vikings came away with a lot of momentum out of that first, but give the Eagles credit coming right back. 5-0. Limback. 6-0. Hit the tape, went in. Unbelievable. This Viking team that's out there right now, I don't think they've touched it. 6-0. Have to stop this run. Kristanisic does not do it. And good dig by CMU. Good block by the Vikings. And again, that is Constanzo, and it's now 6-1. So here we go again. Back to serve for the Vikes. It will be Kristanisic. Gets it over. And nobody in the middle for the Vikings. It's 7-1. Nobody home. So CMU after a big lead early in the second. And back to serve again is Sherrard. Santor, good block. Vikings stand around, watch it hit the floor, and it's 8-1. Sherrard will serve again. It is. Good job by Sherman. Let's see if the Vikes can get it back over. They can. Good job. Eight to 1 is our score. CMU here in the second. KK sends it over. 8-2. Well, they tried a little dink shot. Did John Yusevich, and the Vikings tapped it right back. 8-2. So Boots back to serve. Let's see if the Vikes can go on a run here. Good block, but it's a point for CMU, 9-2. Well, 9-2 CMU here in the second. And let's see who's going to be serving back there. Looks like it's going to be Rumsey. Good job by CMU to get to that. Ooh, Criswell shot. Santor, a good dig by Rumsey. And this one is a point. Back line for Kristanisic. It's 9-3. Here's the serve by Mueller. Good block by the Vikings. 9-4. Mueller will serve again. Good job, 10-4. CMU probably right now thinking we're not letting this lead get away. Back to serve will be Flores. Good serve. And that kill goes to Eldridge. She got a run and start on the left side, 10-5. Here's Santor with the serve. Sherman with a dig. Kristanisic, oh boy, good save there. Now Eldridge will send it over with the free ball. Vikings battling back here, and Criswell, good dig by Flores. Off the head of Eldridge, can't get it over, went right over her head, and it's 11-5. I'll tell you, great play by Flores. That was a big point there. I thought the Vikings could get that one. They'd climb right back in this set. Here's Shannon Peters, had a big first set. Vikings tip it over and will get the point. I believe that's going to go to Eldridge, I think. 11-6. Eldridge just went up and just tapped it. Went off a couple of the Eagles. So it's 11-6. Good serve by Sherman. Vikings block but can't do anything with it. 12-6. Need to get on a run, do the Vikings, but the Eagles, to their credit, not letting them do that. And here's Latham back there again. She's kind of been the star of the show for the Eagles. Well, the Vikings look a little out of sync here. Sherman sends it over. Got a free ball this one over. Santor will do that. Vikes get the block, and then they didn't know where it was. 13-6. And I think the Eagles are going to, the Vikings are going to take a timeout here. A little confusion in this second set. A lot of that caused by the Eagles. They lead at 13-6. Big crowd here tonight. (13-6). Watching a good match. I'm sure there's some Eagle fans here as well. And Thank you for being with us on moval.edu to view tonight's match. All right, Latham back to serve. It's been a CMU second set. And that's out. 13-7. And let's see who's going to serve. I guess back to serve is going to be Stottlemyre, KK. KK will serve. 13-7 with 13-7 here in the second. Vikings won the first, 25-21. Stottlemyre has that right hand bandaged up. Good block by the Vikings, but the Eagles, as they've done most of the second set, keeping it alive, and now they drop it right down in the middle. 14-7. Tia Thurston will come in. Replace Santor. So the Eagles really dominating the second set here. There's a good one. They get that one. Oh, into the net. Kristana Sitch was in the net. 15-7, Eagles. And you can see that. KK sends it over. Free ball by the Eagles. Kristana Sitch finds a little opening just over the front line. Santor will check back in for Thurston. Kristana Sitch takes a look over the bench, and then she fires that serve. Flores with yet another dig. Good job by Sherman. Santor goes across court, but it is out. Again, the Eagles come in 11-4. The Vikings 13-2. CMU will play Mid-America here Friday. We'll have that match for you as well. Oh, almost a whiff, but it worked for Costanzo. I don't think she tried that. It was almost like a changeup. She had the fastball motion and got it off her fingertips, and it worked. 16-9. Now the Vikes need a couple of runs here. They need a couple of big runs here. They're not going to get them that way. Once again, they allow one to go right over the front line. It's 17-9. And we figured this one would go 4 or 5. And back to serve will be Rumsey. Well, I thought Criswell had a kill and a good dig. This one goes long. I don't think it was touched. It was not. It's 17-10. Now assistant coach Tamika Drake is up talking to her frontline players. And here's the serve just over the tape by Mueller. And the lift called on the Eagles, 17-11. Well, if you're going to get back in this one, you need 3 or 4 points right here, in my opinion. And let's see what happens. Mueller sends this one in again. Sherman keeps it alive. Here's another good dig by the Eagles. They're really playing well defensively. And they're going to get this one as well. And I credit the defense. They're really making some nice plays on that back row. 18-11. Flores. Good block, and the Vikes will have to get this one over. They do. The Eagles really playing well. I mean, really playing well. It's 19-11. They're the better team in the second set, at least to this point. Here's Flores. Vikes just, again, another really nice defensive play. Kristanisic sends it over, but the Eagles are just everywhere right now. This one does go out, and it's 19-12. Thurston to come back in. And Thurston will serve here. Kristanisic, Thurston, ball at the net, point Criswell. 19-13. Both players went up right at the net. Criswell won that battle. Thurston serves. Ooh. 20-13. The Viking serves are just not doing a whole lot, and the Eagles are able to get the sets they want. 20-13 now, so the Eagles in command here in the second. This one is long, 20-14. And back to serve will be Madison Sherman. Flores with a dig. Vikings go for the block. They get it, but the Eagles keep it alive, and they can't score, did they? No. For a moment, I thought Latham was going to be able, from in front of the scorer's table, get that one inside the end 10 and over the net. Couldn't do it. 20-15. This is as close as Valley's been in a long time in this one. Sherman will serve. Again, it was the start of this game that really was the difference. Vikes, good job. Free balled over by Sherman. Sherman digs it. Good block by the Vikings. Oh, man, good job, and they keep it alive to the Vikes. Mueller with it. Thurston dives for one. Sent back over. Good point going on here. Great volley here. And the point goes to CMU. That probably was good hustle by both squads. (21-15). Here's Latham serving. The Vikings just can't afford to get behind 6-0 and 8-1 like they have tonight. That one's way long, and it's 21-16. Stoudemire back to serve. Way wide left and out. 22-16. Another service error for the Vikings. So CMU closing in on the second set. And there's a miscommunication amongst the Eagles. They let that one drop, 22-17, but Vikings are running out of points here. Kristanisic will serve. Knuckleball service over. Kostanisic able to get to that one. There is a big, ooh, good, another great dig by the Eagles. They have done a fantastic job on that back row in this second game. They've done a fantastic job. It's 23-17, so they're closing in on tying this thing at 1-all. Kostanisic went down to the floor, but could not get that hand underneath that. Now we are at set point, 24-17. So set point for the Eagles to tie this thing at 1. And that is long. Not quite over yet, 24-18. And here's Boots' serve. CMU trying to get it, and I believe they do, 25-18. So jumped out to that early lead, and it held, and we are tied at 1. CMU and Valley. Third set coming up. Well, we're about ready for the third set. We're tied at 1. Let's take a look at some of the numbers after 2. 12 kills for Darcy Latham for the Vikings. Kristanisic and Costanza both have 7. Diggs, 9 for Shannon Peters. 9 as well for Taylor Rumsey for the Vikings. Madison Sherman having a good defensive night, 19 digs. Well, the Vikings trailed 6-0 and then 8-1. So let's see how set number 3 begins. Again, we do have some other matches going on tonight. Maybe we'll have some scores before we're done this evening. Mid-America is playing Avalon. They should win that. And the Vikes just can't afford to fall behind as they did in the first 2. They were very fortunate to win the first one after falling down 6-0. But give credit to CMU, their back line doing a great job. All right, we're ready for the third. Vikings came back and won that first. You thought, well, they've got the momentum, and then the Eagles came out and jumped up to an 8-1 lead. All right, Mueller will serve to start the third. Good volley to start the third. This one continuing. And CMU will score first for the third straight set. There's no question of that second set, that 8-1 lead, that was obviously the difference. So here's Limback. CMU really playing well. 2-0. Here we go. Limback with a 2-0 lead. Here's the serve. Good dig. And again, that has been, to my opinion, the key. The digs, and this one is out, and it's 2-1. The Vikings get a point early on in this one. Back to serve will be Nicole Boots. We're tied at 1. Big weekend of volleyball coming up. Mid-America Nazarene will be here on Friday night. 3-1 CMU. That is off of Schaefer. And then we won't have Saturday's match against Avalon. Then next Tuesday, wrap up the regular season at Evangel. If the Vikings can get one of the top 2 seeds, they would host a game next Saturday. Now it's 4-1. Here we go again. The Vikings not getting off to good starts in any of these sets. Shard pounds that serve. It's now 5-1. Well, I don't think I've ever seen anything like this. Vikings just look totally out of sync against this team. Kristanisic gets one, and it's 5-2. Sherman back to serve. Good dig by Sherman. She has really played well. But the sets by CMU have really been good. Their sets are better than the Vikings are in this third set. They're just putting the ball where they want to and getting really doing a good job on the back line. And already up 6-2 here in the third. Six to 3. There's a better set right to the middle. And it's 6-3. Put that one right where Costanzo could get it. So it's 6-3. Vikings need some points here. And what they get a service error. 7-3. Eldridge with the service error. Flores back to serve. Eight to 3. As CMU dominating once again early in the set. Flores. Again, Flores with a great dig. 9 to 3. CMU is just outplaying the Vikings in about every aspect of this match right now. Well, they are. 9 to 3. Flores. Kristanicic. Oh man, what a save. What a save by CMU. They're doing it all right now. Good block. Kristanicic can't get the point. CMU just all over it. And they finally get the point. 9-4. Good effort, though. And their coach, Allison Jones-Olson, up applauding. What good effort. Kristanicic will serve. The Vikings down by 5 early again. CMU just gained a hand on about everything. There's a point. That one outside the antenna, 9-5. Kristanicic. Nine-5. Oh yeah, 9-6. The Vikings get one there. Felicia Scott pushed it right down the left side. Vikes back within 3 now in this third. And now in the service there. Boy, teams playing as well as CMU, you can't give them points. 10-6. Peters will serve. This one in the middle, but Flores is there. And they get this one off to Schaefer. And it's 11-6. Timeout taken by Missouri Valley, a 5-point lead by CMU. Well, the Eagles are doing a lot of things really well in this match. Really well. Setting extremely well. And it's 1-1, and they are, at least early on, rolling here in the second. Back to serve will be Shannon Peters. The Vikings not getting very good sets. Sherman. That was pushed over. That almost could called a lift. It was close to it. Another nice dig. They just don't let anything get that back line. This one is over but out. It's 12-6. Is their score. And here's Peters to serve again. Peters will send it over. Good block. Another good dig by CMU. They are doing everything right. Playing really well. And that is just on the line. And it's 12-7. That was close to being out. Stoudemire will serve. And he's got to lob that one over, but it's effective. Yeah, but that's what happens when you don't get much on the serve. They allow them to set it in the middle and just pound it, 13-7. Darcy Latham back to serve. As CMU really dominating play for the most part tonight. At least at this point, still a long way to go. Good serve. There we go. The Vikings got it to the middle of Criswell, and she put it down. It all started with a nice dig by Sherman. 13-8. Mueller will serve. And they get it back to the right side. Limback, and makes it look easy. 14-8. This team's really on a roll. They've won 4 in a row. It's now 15-8. And the CMU girls are high-fiving, laughing. They're having some fun. They should be. They are taking it to the Vikings here in the third. That one over the tape. And that hit the antenna, so it's a point for CMU, and it's quickly 16-8. Limback will serve again. That one is in the corner, I believe. Vikings get the point, but it's 16-9. Still a large lead for CMU. Back to serve is Nicole Boots. Big crowd here tonight. But CMU would, if they win tonight, they'll be just a game behind Valley. Now they have to also play Mid-American Nazarene again too. The Vikings will do that Friday night. 16-9. They're getting to every ball. Kristanicic. Flores gets to that one. They'll send this one over. It's long, and it's 16-10. Mike's trying to make a run here. Boots will serve. And, that would have been long, but Flores went ahead and got it anyway. But why not? They get the point. Cross court from Schaefer. It's 17-10. Well, here's Sherrard. They're putting this one away. The Vikings lost the second one, 25-18, and they only have 10 points here in this one. Again, a good dive, but nobody could get to it. Good hustle. Really nice hustle by Sherrard, but nobody there to bail her out, and it's 17-11. Sherman will serve here. John Yusevich. Again, the setting by CMU has really been good. It's 18-11. Tied at 1, but CMU since, really early in the second has dominated play. The officials, conversation, 18-11. Now the official goes to the scorer's table. And I think, here we go here, 18-11. CMU. Vikings won in Fayette, and CMU is dominating play here. Here's the serve. Boots gets to it. Good block. Good double block. It's 19-11, and CMU is rolling. Taylor Rumsey will serve. The Vikings will need to regroup for the fourth. They get that point. Or did they? No, they didn't. I thought that one was going to hit the basketball floor. It didn't. CMU keeps it alive. They get this point. They still keep it alive. Great job, and they get the point. That was an incredible point. CMU up 20-11. I'm telling you what. How'd they lose 10 matches this year? (21-10), 21-11. CMU has come into the Burns Center and in sets 2 and 3 have dominated play. (21-12). That's the aggressive play the Vikings need. Kind of been back on their heels. And CMU is taking it right to Valley here. Vikings get the block. They keep it alive. Kostanisic sends it over. 22-12. As CMU just a few points away from a 2-1 lead tonight. Kostanisic tries to tip it over. CMU was ready for that. 23-12. Wow. This is dominance. Flores will serve. Vikings will send it over. Madison Sherman, another nice play. 24-12. Here come the set points. Whoa. I mean, you talk about confidence now. This CMU team is rolling. Ace, 25-12, folks. 25-12. So CMU up 2-1, and I'm telling you, they're doing it in dominating fashion. 4 set coming up. Well, not much to say about those two. If you're a Viking fan, if you're an Eagle fan, wow. Impressive. The CMU Eagles in the second and third sets, especially that one, 25-12. All right, let's see how this one starts. The Eagles will serve to start. And guess what? They get the first point. So it's 1-0 here in the fourth. Tied at 1 as there you have a service error. And back to service, Krastonisic. Vikings with a block to take a 2-1 lead here in the fourth. Good block in the middle, Costanza. Costanasic will serve. A little better start for the Vikings. At least it's not 6-7 and nothing. Santor gets the point, and it's 3-1. This one floated over into the net, and they'll have to free ball this one over. Santor again, 4-1. Vikings now coming out with a little more aggression here in the fourth. Costanasic, couldn't get it over the tape. She tries that little lob serve, and that one didn't get over the tape. It's 4-2. Costanasic now has 9 kills. Costanzo has 10. 14 for Latham, 10 for Johnny Yusevic. 4-3 as that one is long. If CMU would held on to win, they'd be 12-4, and the Vikings would fall to 13-3. So just a game back. Sherman's had a big game. We'll look at her numbers here in a minute. Santor sends it over, but once again, the Eagles doing a fantastic job of keeping the ball alive. Just like that, and there's the block. Costanzo not put it right into the double block, and it's 4-4. 28 digs for Madison Sherman. She's certainly done her part, but it's 4-4 here in the fourth. Santor gets the point, and it's 5-4. Criswell will come in. Diggs for CMU. Look at this. Shannon Peters has 12, Latham 13, 10 for Sherrard, Flores with the 11, with 12 rather, and Rumsey with 11. Boots. Serve is out. You just can't do that against a good team, and the Vikings already have 2 service errors here in the fourth. Should be 5-5. The scoreboard shows it 6-4, but I think it's 5-5. Yeah, it should be 5-5. The scoreboard shows 6-5. Or 6-5, excuse me. Criswell, that one's in. I think it's 6-5 now. Yeah, 6-5 is the correct score. Vikings up by 1. Sazama back to serve. Third service error of the fourth set, and we're tied at 6. So 3 of the 6 points for CMU on service errors. Here's Flores. Vikings get the point. Good job. Good job by Criswell. It was blocked, came right back to her, and she sent it to the left side, 7-6. Santor back to serve. Eight 6. There's an ace. Good hard serve to the back row. They couldn't do anything with it. Red Holden his 6th year as the head coach. So that's just a great set. And Limback put it right down the left side, 8-7. 36 assists for Shannon Peters. Good job by Eldridge. She put that right into the double block, but it dropped on the CMU side. It's 9-7. Vikings trail 2-1. Madison Sherman back to serve. Young lady sends it over. She's had a big night. Nobody home on that right side for the Vikings. It's 9-8. So here's Darcy Latham. She's had a big night. And as I say that, she delivers a service error. 10-8, Vikings. We're in the fourth. Eldridge back to serve. Lauren Eldridge out of Gladstone. They'll have to send this one over with a free ball. Let's see if the Vikes can do something with it. They can. That's what you need. And they set that one up on the right side for Costanzo. Vikings up by 3 now. This one gets over for an ace. Eldridge with an ace. It's 12-8. CMU wants a timeout. CMU up 2-1. We're in the fourth. 12-8. Valley with a lead and serving. Vikings with the lead and the serve. Friday night will be here. Mid-American Nazarene will be the opponent. We'll have it for you at 7. Then Saturday, I'll be in Springfield for football. That's radio only. Good block by the Vikings. Santor keeps it alive. Good block by the Eagles. Vikings with a block. It's a big point here. Big point, and they get it. Costanzo gets it 13-8 to go up by 5. And I'll have football, and then we'll have a couple of soccer matches for you. They may change those times. We'll let you know. Vikings with a block. Another nice block by the Eagles. Oh, and Eldridge a little too far back. And again, that's what we're talking about. The set, a little too far back for her. It's 13-9. Here's Lim back to serve. 13-9, we're in the fourth. Good job by the Vikings. That ball came right back to the net. You might have heard the coaches say, go get it, and Costanzo went up and got it. 14-9. Now serving will be Kostanisic. Cat will send this one over. Oh, good block, and the point goes to the Eagles, 14-10. Eagles win this one, they will gain a game on the Vikings. Vikings playing much better here in the fourth. Centaur, good block though. Eldridge puts it back over. Another good dig. And that's just a little, just dropped that one over, and it's 14-11. Give credit to Madison Bond. Back to serve is Sherrard. Vikings can't let this team go on a run. Constanzo pushes this one out. It's 14-12. Sherrard serve. And there is Santor, but a good dig. Now the Vikes have to keep it alive. Santor again is blocked. Patterson, Sherman with it. Santor will try it again. This time down the line. That stopped a little run. It's 15-12. Sherman will be back. Well, Sherman's coming out. And Boots will be in to serve. Is it out? It is. That one out down the left side. It's, well, they gave the point to CMU. Wait a minute. That's a Viking point. It should be 16-12. That 15-13 is not right. That score is not right. The score shows 15-13. 15-14. I guess it's right. I thought the Vikings had the lead. I don't think that score is right. Score's not right. Well, I guess it is. I thought the Vikings had one more point. Well, it's 15-14. Now they're checking it out. Yeah, it should be 16-14. There we go. Vikings had yet another point. Or 16-13. Well, I know it's not 16-15. That last point should have made it 16-14. They've made 29 points, so it should be 16-13. It was 16-12 when they got that last point. It should have been 16-12. So it's 16-13. And 13 will be serving here. Vikings need to get this point. They free ball it over. Good job by Kristanisic. Santor goes across court, but it's too wide. It's 16-14 now. Serving will be Rumsey. Vikes get it over. Good block. And now one of the Vikes into the net. Let's see. They're going to talk about it here. Everybody went up for that one at mid net. Let's see what they're going to rule here. 16-14 or no players in the net. Should be the Viking point then. Ball pushed the net, they said, but no player on the net, so that'd be a Viking point. 17-14. So the Vikes get the point, 17-14. I don't think that made Allison Jones-Olson real happy. Well, the Vikes up by 3 here in the 4th. Big point. Sazama serves. It's now 17-15. I think we have some CMU fans here as well. Back to service, Flores. Big crowd here. Eldridge gets it over. Good dig, though. Good job. Both teams working hard here. Santor with the point, 18-15. Santor will be back to serve. Good job by Santor to get to that one. Again, big point here for Aldridge. Can't get it. That's free balled over. Santor gets another one. Or excuse me, that's Eldridge. And it's 19-15. Timeout, CMU. 19-15 Valley here in the 4th. Well, CMU dominated sets 2 and 3. 19-15 Valley here in the 4th. Santor serving. 2 years ago, you might remember here, the homecoming match. Oh boy, service error. 1916, just what you didn't need there. Santor trying to put a little too much on it. Back to serve is Shannon Peters. Several gals from Waverly here, so a good crowd on hand for CMU watching those gals. Ball was tipped. It went long. Criswell's kill went long, but it was off the fingertips of one of the Eagles. Whoa, on the back line, that thing was going long. So a break there. (20 to 17 now. John Yusevich comes back in. And back to serve is Sabrina Beach. Good serve. Vikings will just have to get this one over. And when that happens, they can set it up. Good job by Kristanovich to go to a knee. The Vikings send it across and out, Aldridge. 20 to 18 now. Aldridge. Block. Vikings able to come up with it. But again, not a real good set. A double hit. Viking point. 21-18. Oh, whoa. We're going to replay it. So we'll replay the point. Inadvertent whistle. Kristanovich. Vikes have to free ball it over. They do. Good job by Madison. Vikings have won all these long ballers, or rather the Eagles. It's now 20-19. So 20-19. It's 20-19. And with the serve is Sabrina Beach. Trying to tie this fourth set. Boy, they're good. They're just getting to everything tonight. Give them a lot of credit. That was not a good set. That was. Beach there again. Vikings will have to free ball this one over. They'll do that. 20 all. Timeout by Valley as CMU on a roll. Good job by CMU as they come back and tie this at 20. If they win this one, they'd just be a game behind the Vikings. Good crowd. A lot of the fans here are rooting for CMU. Of course, there's a good Waverly connection here. A lot of those folks are here tonight. Higginsville. All right, trying to take the lead, CMU. In the fourth. If they win the fourth, it's over for the night. We'll be back Friday with Mid-America Nazarene. Here's the serve. This is a huge, huge point. And CMU keeps it alive, and they get the point, 21-20. CMU have come from behind here in the fourth. They have all the momentum right now. Kristanovich gets the point, 21 all. Gal's got to be getting tired on both sides. Been a pretty good match. All right, back to serve is Eldridge, 21 all in the fourth. Good serve. Kristanovich cannot do anything with that. Vikings keep it alive. Point goes to CMU, 22-21 on the block. And they're closing in a couple more points, and they will have a 3-1 win tonight. Good crowd on hand, good match, but CMU to this point has dominated. Vikings come right back with the point. That was Costanza, 22 all. Oh, I mean, the setting for CMU has been the key. That's been the key. They're up 23-22. And now the Vikings going to take a timeout. 23-22 CMU. We're in the fourth. If CMU wins it, they win the match. Well, CMU just a couple of points away from winning this match. Good dig. Good dig. Oh, I thought Santor had that one. Good job by Sherman. She's had a great match. Now we're down to match point. 24-22. CMU at match point. They've just outplayed the Vikings, their digs and their sets. They have really gotten about everything, and their sets have been fantastic. Match point. Not yet. 24-23. Costanzo. Boots into serve. Vikings won in Fayette. CMU closing in on a win here in Marshall. There it is, and CMU wins it 3-1, 25-23. So the Eagles win it, and they improve now to 12-4. And the Missouri Valley falls to 13-3. And with Mid-America winning tonight, I'm sure over Avila, they would go to 13-4. This be a half game out. So Vikings needed this one tonight. They really wanted this one tonight, and give the CMU Eagles all the credit in the world as they came in here and won this match. And they certainly deserved it. They were the better team tonight. Doesn't mean the Vikings were the better team when they played in Fayette. Clark beat Peru tonight 3-1. Culver over Mount Mercy 3-0. Graceland beat William Penn 3-1. And it was Mid-America, as we expected, over Avila. And 3-1 was the final there. Let's get Coach Holt on just for a couple of moments. Appreciate you coming by, Coach. And Coach, I thought the fourth you played hard, but boy, all three of the first sets, they just jumped out to huge leads on you.
Yeah, they played harder than we did. And I told them that was going to happen. Look at them; they look like they just won the conference.
Yeah,
and we don't play like that. And when we're up, we're up. If we're down, we're down. I mean, we can't play for them. We can't make them play harder. We can't get outplayed. We just got outplayed, plain and simple.
I thought their setting was really good, and their digs. Even when you would come up with a good attempt, it seemed like someone was getting a hand on it for them.
Yeah, they play good defense for sure.
Well, still a lot to play for. Mid-America comes in here Friday night, Avila Saturday, so don't have much time to think about this one. You have to get right back at it, don't you?
Yep, that's the life in the heart of America.
Mid-America won tonight. We expected that over Avila. So, yeah. Coach, you're still real good shape for a 1 or 2 seed, but this weekend's going to be very important, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right. Well, I'll let you go, and we'll see you Friday night. We're going to do it again.
Thank you.
All right, appreciate it. So there you have Coach Brett Holt coming by for just a moment. We appreciate that. And we're going to wrap things up tonight 3-1 as CMU wins it tonight. Thanks to everyone for joining us tonight, whether you're rooting for the Eagles or the Vikings. This broadcast Copyrighted by the Mass Communications Department of the Communications, Humanities, and Human Service Division of Missouri Valley College for the private use of our audience. Any retransmission or the use of the content of the broadcast without the express written consent of Missouri Valley College is prohibited. Transportation considerations provided by Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. When we go on the road covering athletic events from Missouri Valley, we do it in a Ford from Elmer Hare Ford in Marshall. 3-1. CMU wins it. They're now just one game behind the Missouri Valley College Vikings. And we'll be back again Friday night. Mid-American Nazarene will be here, 7 o'clock. Join us. We'll see what happens as we start to wind down the volleyball season. For Chaz Maddie and his entire crew, I'm Ken Cuiava. So long from Marshall.